Today, I'm going to make you all much better 2K players by showing you things most people wouldn't even care to take the time to show and explain to you all. Alright, so this first tip is so important that every single person watching should use this, unless maybe you're an inside center, which I will explain. So as you see, I'm on my 6'1" build that has almost no finishing, but it has a 78 driving layup. So even on a build like this, I use this. You want to go all the way over to your options and then go down to controller settings. Now in there, you want to have your shot meter turned on pro stick only. You might be able to find a way to use it a different way if you want, but this is what I use, right? Pro stick only, and then shot timing is on shots and layups. Now I'll explain to you why this is so extremely important. All right, so at the beginning of the year, for those of you that have been watching, I thought that when I turned on my shot meter plus pro touch, it made me super glitchy, but actually it was just having the shot meter on. This was tested by NBA 2K Labs themselves, and as you see, you get a 30% boost to your yellow contest, a 50% boost to your red contest, and a 37% total contest improvement for literally just turning on your shot meter for your layups like I just told you. So there's absolutely no reason you should not turn on your layup timing. Now the only way I would not do it maybe is if you're an inside center, because sometimes you just want to go down there and hold the button and mash, you know what I'm saying? But otherwise, I would use your shot layup timing. Let me show you some examples of how insanely overpowered it is. In a 20 to 20 game, I'm getting the wrong dribble moves. I'm not even meaning to do this. You know, if I give up the ball right here, I most likely lose. He jumps, I go down, take up a bad layup, and green a heavily contested layup. Now, I've been doing this since the game came out. I could show you 10 plus minutes of me greening layups that probably should have not went in. You know what I'm saying? 42% contested right there. Whether that would have went in without the meter or not, what I'm trying to show you is that it helps you make a lot more. You see 30% contested that time. Right here, I'm in the stage in another area of the game, just completely clamped up, but I am under the rim. He's got his hands all the way up, and I'm going to go up and perfectly time the layup, or close to perfectly time, 43%, and it goes in. On this next play, 13%. Now normally maybe that would go in like 50-50, but it goes in much more when you have on the timing. So check this out, 13 to 19. I'm just in the post, out of adrenaline, nothing I can do, just sitting there under the rim, and heavily contested layup. Now as you see, they also did a pro touch badge test, and it doesn't change much. From none to Hall of Fame is a 3% difference. Now if that really matters to you, I would throw it on, but me personally, I don't need it. I'm already doing what I want with the layup meter on without using pro touch. Now that will save you badges as well. Now if you do a lot of post hooks, it will increase your green window, but if you're not, as you see, it does not increase your green window at all. As you see, all you do is you run down, and when you run down, you just use your stick. You hold it up, down, left, right, however you want to do a layup. It literally doesn't matter, and then you're just gonna green it just like that over and over. Now of course, this is not gonna be perfectly timed for you. It's not a Zen. You know, Mike Wang put it in the game for a reason, to reward people that are able to time their layups. So it's 50-50 on whether it should actually go in or not when it does, but it's definitely very rewarding for sure, and there's no reason you should not have it on. Okay, now to finish off this segment, what I would do to also help that out is to make sure you have on Fearless Finisher. Out of any finishing badge, I think Fearless Finisher is the best for those layups, so make sure you turn that on if you're able to use Fearless Finisher. Okay, the next one I would do is hit start, go all the way down to your settings right here, and then go all the way down over here and turn off motion blur. I do not like motion blur at all. It's just not a setting that I enjoy. Maybe you guys do, but I think that a lot of people don't even know it's really in the game. So make sure you go down to your settings and take that off if you don't like it. It's just gonna help you play better visually. Like, I don't know, I just do not like the setting at all. Also, if you play a lot of My Career, or if you're in there to grind out your build, I would turn off arena photo strobe flashes. This is not really going to help you. This is not a setting that's going to make you better at the game, but it's very annoying. So I would turn that off if you guys see that it's on. Once you're in animations, you want to go down to animation store. You want to hit playmaking moves and then go all the way down to pass style. So your pass style is important. There's a bunch that you can use: fundamental, Curry, LeBron, LaMelo. I would just use the one that you have the highest pass accuracy for. As you see in the bottom, it says requirements 80 plus pass accuracy, 75, but at the moment I'm using LeBron over Steph Curry because I've seen the test and it looks a little bit faster, but it's really up to you. You know what I'm saying? If you can get LeBron, use LeBron. If you can get like LaMelo, you can use LaMelo. But as long as you have a pass style on, it's going to help you a lot. It's at the bottom of your animation, so make sure after you buy it, you also equip it. You know, you can't just buy it and it's going to go straight on. Okay, the next one is also in your settings. You want to go option/quit, then settings. Not coach settings, not controller. You want to go to this one right here. Go all the way down to this one, shot feedback, and make sure it's on all shots. It's going to show every shot you take, your teammates take, and the other team takes, so you can see like the percentage of the contest for each and every person, what shot, if they're shooting a good shot or a bad shot every time. Now, if you go down to controller settings, as you see, I do not use vibration, and I told you guys about the shot meter and shot timing. So basically, I have my shot meter off. I do not use it on. It's only if I use my pro stick that it's going to pop up. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically off just like that, but I use pro stick only for the layup. So when I go down, I can use my layup timing to get that huge boost like I showed you guys earlier. So what I'm trying to say is I would not use the shot meter, especially with latency and lag and delay. There's no reason to really use a meter this year, in my opinion. You might like the meter, but I feel like it's much better, especially for the delay and all that, to really learn your shot instead of the bar bouncing back up and down. You don't know because the delay is different between every game. Your shot timing and release time is really up to you. The only one I would not use is very early. I use early. There's a lot of people that use very late recently, but the ones I see the most common are early and very late. So I would try both of those out. It's really the same exact shot. It's just when you release it. So you can release it way earlier when you take a jump shot, but it's not actually going to release the jump shot at a different time. It's just you let go and then it finishes out the shot, if that makes sense. So it doesn't actually change your release speed. It just changes when you let go of the button in the middle of the shot. The next one is pro stick function and pro stick orientation. The most important one is your orientation. You want to have on absolute. Now, pro stick function, you can change it to dribble moves or shots. What this is going to do is if you're flicking your stick over and over and over with dribble moves, and sometimes you accidentally shoot or pump fake, it's not going to do that if you have it on only dribble moves, right? So you could use that. You could use where it's shots only, where you only touch your right stick and it's going to shoot. But of course, that's like really only if you're spot up. I don't think really anyone uses that, but I use default. But you know, like I said, if you guys are like dribbling and you're pump faking on accident and you have to pass out and throw a turnover, whatever, you could use only dribble moves, but I use default. Now your next one, if you scroll down, is going to be who to guard. So who to guard is just going to, of course, as most of you guys know, give you that arrow on where you should be at on the court, like who you should be guarding on defense. But the thing that a lot of people get confused is they say, oh, I'm going to turn off my hood to guard so that if I get the switch and the arrow doesn't switch, that's going to make me play better defense, because if you have the arrow, it makes you play a little bit better defense if you're on the guy with the arrow. And it's kind of hard to explain, but basically what I'm trying to say is who to guard on and off doesn't change anything. It's a very common misconception in the 2K community. It doesn't change anything. Even though you have it off, the arrows are still there. It's kind of hard to explain besides that. Like, you're not going to see it on the court, but you're going to have the same defense as if you had the arrow on when you're on the guy, or it's off when you're on the guy. Okay, your next one is your defensive assist strength. This one is probably the most important setting besides the layup timing that I've gave you guys so far today. I have it on 0. Some people use it on like 10, 15, but I would really not use it. Like, I turn it off and I like it, but the most I would go up is probably like 15. I would not put it on like 50 or 100. A lot of people, I think the default setting is like 50, and that's what I had it on. I changed it down and I've been playing much better defense. I literally use 0. Okay, if you scroll even further down, you're gonna see these right here: pass target direction, pass target distance, and your pass target openness. So this is currently what I use right here. But if you play 5s, rec, 3s, anything, and you're struggling to make the right pass, all you have to do really is just turn your openness all the way up. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to make it to where if someone is wide open, it's going to throw it to the most open person on the court when you literally just hit the pass button, so A or X. So this is a huge like little glitch in the game. Of course, when you're in super comp pro am, you can't really use this, but mainly this is a very good thing to use if you guys are struggling with passing and all that. Because like, say that you're just driving down and you struggle with, you know, pressing the buttons and hitting the right guy, all that type of stuff. If you have on openness, it's just going to throw it to the most wide open guy every time. Now, a lot of people don't want to hear this, but on 2K23, man, you need jump shot boost for every single game. Every single game. It costs 150 BC per game if you buy the 10 pack, which is what you're going to make back by simply just playing any game mode in the game. 3v3 Pro Am, Park, Stage, whatever it is, you're going to make more than 150 BC per game. This is going to help you shoot a lot better, even if it's like 5 to 10% difference what they say. I believe it helps even more than that, especially with like full bars and stuff. Make sure you have on jump shot boost every single game. Now, as you'll see in the top right, because I haven't been on this build this week, the weekly workout is not done. But as you see in the bottom, you have to do your weekly workout every time. So if I was about to go play Park or something on this build, I would go do my weekly workout first. It takes like 5 minutes. Look how much more Gatorade you get. That blue bar is how much more stamina you get, and stamina, as most of you all know, is a gigantic issue this year on 2K23. You dribble a few times, you are out of stamina, so you need every single extra amount of stamina you can possibly get. So where you want to do that at is your Gatorade training facility. This is where it's at on next gen. Of course, on current gen, you guys know where it's at. This is the workouts that I do every time. I do the dumbbells, and then I do the medicine ball. So if you guys like the, whatever workouts you do and they work for you, go ahead and do what you want to do, right? But the next one I use is this one right here, the little agility things. And then I do the treadmill on this side. And the last one that I finished with is the box jump. So this one right over here, the box jumps. Now, keep in mind, PlayStation or Xbox, say you're doing this drill and you're doing bad. All you do, hit your middle button, go to your game, before the drill ends, quit out. It does not save the drill. So if you get over 3 stars, you don't have to get 4 stars, it gives you the Gatorade. So you have to get over 3 stars on each of your 5 drills, and that's what's going to give you that extra Gatorade every week until you get Gym Rat, which it basically gives you Gym Rat temporarily for a week. Now, this is not even for if you buy Gatorade every game, you buy all 3, because I know very little people do that. But as you'll see, I go to my progression, go down to get boost, and my Gatorade is cheaper than yours is on your screen. Mine's 2,625 for the Gatorade instead of 3,500. Now, the way to do that is to do this Gatorade drill right here. Once you do it and you do it correctly, you want to walk over to the Gatorade guy over here, and then it's going to give you it cheaper. That's literally all it does right there. So you do not have to buy every Gatorade. Of course, every one of them does help for sure, but the main one you want to get is the one that's going to give you 20% more turbo. So if you're only able to buy one, buy this. And 2,625 is really not that bad for 10 games. Like, of course, depending on where you play, you might not make it back, but even if you don't, it's going to be pretty close. So if you're playing very important games, I would definitely buy this Gatorade right here. The next one I'm going to show you is your jump shot creator, guys. If you made it this far, please drop a like on this video. I'm giving you every single thing I possibly can. So if you have around an 87 3-pointer, you can use a jump shot like this. This is the one I'm using on my 92 3-point build. But what I want to show you guys is your animation blending is very important this year. At the bottom, it's going to say my 3-point is an 87. I have to have an 87 to use this. But like, let's say you make your jump shot and you put it on this right here, 83. Now, of course, you might personally like this better. So in case you guys are wondering, yes, I would use the one that you can personally time better, no matter what, right? But what I'm trying to say is, as you see, when I went down to the 83, I lost so much of my stats. If I go up to what my actual 3-point rating is, I'm going to be able to get much more release speed, defensive immunity, stuff like that that's going to help you be able to shoot better on 2K23. So just keep that in mind when you're making a jump shot, that you might be missing out, or your current jump shot, you might be missing out on some release speed or timing impact, release height, whatever it is, you might be missing out by just not having the blending correct. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Make sure to drop a like if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, and click one of these 2 videos right here. I got lots of more tips and all that stuff on my channel. Guys, please, I give you every setting possible. Drop a like before you go. Click one of these 2 videos, and I'm out. Peace.